All right, let's take a look at the Battlegroup box set for Old Umbrey. So in the other box we did, it had Bodan Warcaster in it, who I'm not super impressed with rules-wise personally. This box has Lysia in it, who in my opinion seems much better, to my playstyle, much better. So this is the main body. This is the primeval. No, this is the feral. Kind of like a lion body with feathers. And there's lots of different heads that you can put on this one. So you can give it a bird head. You can give it the, I don't know what they call it. I don't know what these are actually called. So we'll just look at the models and I'll go over the cards when I get to them. I believe there's this one. And I believe there's a pig, swine. I don't know, that one might be my favorite actually. And then there's a few different backs you can give it. You can give it spikes. You can give it quills. You can give it a hairy back, just more tufts of spiky hair. Or you can give it wings. It's a pretty cool model. Lots of different options. Has several decent, good abilities on there, honestly. And it's comes based on top of a rock. So it sits on it like that. It's pretty cool. All the joints are pretty neat. They're seamless. You see it's just hidden in the fur. Pretty awesome. And that is the feral. So as I was saying about Lysia, she's a sniper. She has an extreme variant on the STLs, if you're part of the Warmachine STL, My Mini Factory tribe. And it's super sick. She's propped up on a tree. Really cool model. She's got a little fox friend, it looks like, and a little bird that can perch up on her. Pretty cool, nice details. It's that dark gray resin that I'm a big fan of. It's super similar to plastic, to be honest. It's way more durable than the light gray resin that you get sometimes from their boxes. I think that is older stuff and not as durable. So then this will leave us with the primeval. He's a big boy, looks kind of like a big rat ogre, and he can have also several different heads. So this is the one from the artwork, the big curled horns. There's also this one. And there's this one. Bird head. It's pretty cool. Like you see through the beak. And then he has several different arm options. This one gives him a shield. He's got a big sword. He has, so it's just a open fist holding a skull. He's got a staff. He's got another open fist. I think this little piece goes on the bottom of one of those. And of course, a tactical rock to stand on. Gotta have, oh, he's got one more arm in here that I missed. And that is his spear arm. This is ranged attack, he throws a spear. All right, good stuff. Good looking models for sure. Let's take a look at the cards. All right, so Capitan Galena Lysia, the Winter Fox. This is a model that I think I would definitely run if I was using Old Umbrey. I think she's really good. We'll go over her card. Can't wait to see what else comes out for Old Umbrey that she can utilize. She's got 15 health. She has Unstoppable and Pathfinder. She has Speed 7, Arcane Attack 6, Mat 6, Rat 7, Defense 16, Armor 14, Arc 6, Control 14. So as you can see, Defense 16, Armor 14, awesome defensive stats, and the numbers she can get to is kind of nuts. Also 14-inch control range, love it. She has dodge. She can advance up to 2 inches immediately after an attack that missed. It is completely resolved. She has headshot. Models disabled by a ranged attack made by this model cannot make a tough roll, and they are removed from play. She has prey, so she selects a unit after deployment. She gets +2 attack and +2 damage rolls against that unit. Whenever they're destroyed, she picks a new unit. She has resourceful. She can upkeep spells on models in her battle group without spending focus or fury points. That's an amazing kit right there. Let's see what else. Her gun, Vixen, Rat 7, range 14, rate of fire 2, POW 12, magic weapon. Has Bait the Line. War Beast in this model's battle group gain +2 speed when charging a model damaged by this weapon this turn. It's rate of fire 2. That's awesome. You can throw it out there. Get your beast some extra speed. Her close combat attack is just a range 2 POW 13 magic weapon. Nothing super fancy, but at least she has one, and I very much appreciate that. Her feet go to ground. While in her control range, friendly faction models gain +2 defense and reposition 5 inches. That is insane, and her feet turn puts her up to defense 18. She has 2 rack slots, but she comes with 3 spells. One's Pincushion. Friendly faction models gain an additional die on ranged attack and damage rolls against the target model/unit. You discard the lowest in each roll. That's a 10-inch range, and it's also an upkeep. So that, in turn, with her Bait the Line, she's doing a lot of support for your ranged beasts. She has Refuge. Cost 2, range 6, also an upkeep. At the end of an activation in which a target friendly faction model hit an enemy model with an attack, the affected model can make a full advance. More movement's always good. And she has Shadow Pack. Cost 2, range self. While in spellcaster's control range, models in the battle group gain stealth. So, there is not a whole lot going on with this caster compared to other casters, which have just tons and tons of stuff. But seems like a very good kit to me, and being able to be defense 18 on your feet turn is just gnarly. Throw her in some concealment, throw her in some cover, and it's getting to obscene levels of defense. I think she's really good. I think she has good support for her beast, her battle group. Definitely one that I would look at. Let's see what else. There's the Feral in the battle group box. The Feral is a heavy beast that costs 7 or minimum 7, max 10 points. Has field allowance 4, 28 health. Let's see, anything fancy. Has Pathfinder, has dual attack. Speed 6, Mat 6, Rat 5, Defense 13, Armor 16, Fury 3, Threshold 6. So, not super great base stats, to be honest. 6 is to hit, Defense 13, Arm 16, not great. Threshold 6, not great. But has Vault once per activation before making a full advance as its normal movement, but before the combat action, they can be placed complete within 5 inches of its current location. That's a super good ability, makes them way faster than they appear. And then 2 claw attacks, which are range 1, POW 11. So lots of options. You have 4 different head options. I believe that is the Alki. It has 5 points. It grants you the Guard Dog ability. While this model is within 3 inches of its leader and is not knocked down or stationary, its leader gets +2 defense against melee attack rolls and cannot become knocked down. So the caster we were just looking at now is a 20 defense on the feet turn against melee. That is super good. But that is just a range 1 POW 14 beak attack on that. You can take the Drek head for 6 points. It has a spray 10, rate of fire 1, POW 12 pistol that has stun. Models hit suffer -2 defense for 1 turn. That is super good mat fixer. It's a spray, boost your hits. They don't have to be damaged, so just drop their defense so the rest of your army can do something. Not bad. And then that also comes with a range 1 POW 12 bite. There's the Periton head. It's also point cost 6. Grants Blood Quenched. This model gains a cumulative +1 arm and +1 to its damage rolls for each enemy model it destroys with a melee attack during its activation, and that bonus lasts for 1 round. Don't know that I would be taking that one often. It's range 2 POW 14. Not super high POW on this guy. Of course, without buffs and stuff. So I don't know exactly how many enemy models you're going to be destroying in a turn. Don't know that I super love that one. Range 2 POW 14 on that attack is not bad. But this is a heavy, so running around with a POW 14 is not very impressive on a heavy. Then there's the Razorback head, and this grants Berserk. When this model destroys 1 or more models with a melee attack during its combat action, immediately after the attack is resolved, it must make 1 additional melee attack against another model in its melee range, regardless if it's friendly or not. And that is a range 1 POW 15 weapon. Of all these, I think probably my favorite, the Drek head seems really useful for mat fixing. I hate my whole army has Matter Rat 6, looking at you, Chimera. Or the Alki, because Guard Dog, I think, is a super good ability. But let's look at the back options. For 3 points, you can give it Bony Spine, gives it Unstoppable, and grants the Primal Animus. So the target-friendly Living Faction War Beast gains +2 mat and +2 to its damage rolls for 1 round and automatically frenzies. It gets you up to respectable POWs, I can say that. Primal's a good spell. Automatically frenzying, not the greatest thing, but ideally, this has a 6-inch range. Ideally, you're ending the game, so you don't have to worry about the frenzy. You could give it a main for 2 points, and it grants hyper aggressive. When it suffers damage from an enemy attack after the attack is resolved, it can immediately make a full advance directly towards the attacking model, and is the Massacre Animus, so the spellcaster gains Overtake. Again, with the little melee output of this beast, I don't know how much I care if it has Overtake, to be completely honest. And that is only a self range. Let's look at the quills. Point cost 3 gives it Spiny Growth. Range of self is the Animus. Gets +2 arm. If a non-warrior model hits, they suffer D3 points immediately after the attack is resolved. I like Spiny Growth. It also gives you a native +1 arm. So that's putting this beast up to armor 19, which, because of its little damage output, you might as well make it super defensive. I think Quills so far is my favorite for sure. And that gives you a +2 arm buff for your caster to be able to put on themselves. And then the other option is Wings, which costs 4, gives it flight, and then it grants the Rush ability. And that is a range of 6. So target friendly faction war beast gains +2 speed and gains Pathfinder lasts for 1 round. I think Rush is a really good ability. The fact that you can put it on all of your beasts since it's range 6 is really good. I think with this specific caster, it is less good because she already has the ability to just shoot something with your gun and then you know, get that speed boost, the bait the line to go after it. So Rush would be less useful on her, I believe. I think if I'm taking her, I'm probably taking Quills because she can already get to ungodly defense. Putting Spiny Growth on her just makes her to where she's going to be very hard to kill. Ridiculously hard to kill. I think I would put Quills on her. And I think I would go... yeah, I mean, it's hard to not go Guard Dog. I mean, at some point it's diminishing returns. But I think I'd go Quill's Guard Dog and just make him a defensive problem and just hang him around your caster. I think it's probably what I would do with the Feral. Obviously, there's lots of options there. The other one in the box is the Primeval. So the Primeval you can also take 4 of, 30 health. Has Pathfinder, has dual attack, speed 6, arcane attack 6, mat 7, rat 6, defense 13, armor 18, fury 4, threshold 10. Much better stat line than the previous beast we were looking at. Has Body Snatcher, Trophy Hunter, so it's going to be getting corpse tokens. Whenever it destroys a living or undead enemy model with a melee attack, you can have up to 5 at a time. When you have 1 corpse token on you, you can run a charge without being forced. When you have 3 on you, you gain grievous wounds on your weapons. And if you have 5 or more on you, then you gain +2 to your damage rolls. Also has Sacred Ward. You can't be targeted by enemy spells. You know, the corpse token thing, we haven't seen exactly how much corpse token support there is in Old Umbrey. Right now, you have like Veroni that can be putting corpse tokens on it. So I don't think it's crazy right now. I would just consider it an added bonus. If you happen to get there, then that's great. The head options. You could have a bear head for 3 points. Range 1, POW 12 magic weapon, and it gives you Earth's Blessing Animus. You cannot be pushed, knocked down, made stationary, or removed by slam. Really good Animus. But POW 12 is not great. You could put a Raven head, which gives it True Sight. So you ignore cloud effects. You can also ignore stealth. And it gives you Spirit Blade Animus. Enemy upkeep spells and animi on target friendly faction model / unit expire. 6-inch range. True Sight's really good. Spirit Blade also situationally really good. I like the Raven head. You could do the Stag head for 4 points. It grants Serenity at the beginning of your control phase. Before leeching, you can remove 1 Fury point from a friendly faction war beast within 1 inch of this model. And then it's a Gore attack, range 1, POW 12 magic weapon, and it has the Undergrowth Animus. While within 5 inches of the spellcaster, enemy models treat open terrain as rough terrain and suffer -2 defense. That's probably my favorite one. I love anything that's a mat boost, because then I'm not having to boost all my attack rolls. And so, yeah, the Serenity, it's good if you need it. With my playstyle and the way that I manage my Fury, I don't know how often I would actually be using that. But the Undergrowth ability, I rate really high. So then for the right arm, for 6 points, you can give it an Ancient Staff. It grants Geomancy once per activation while in a control range. This model can be forced to cast one of the spells on its controller's card with a cost of 3 or less. Not bad. That is a range 2 POW 13 magic weapon. You can give it a Bone Sword for 7 points, which just is a range 2 POW 18 magic weapon with critical amputation. On a critical hit, you fill in the unmarked damage boxes on the last column or branch damaged by this attack. Critical amputation, I don't hate, but I also don't rate it very high. You know, my luck, I'll actually get a crit off and it will only be 1 additional damage. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of crit effects that are better, but it is a crit effect and it doesn't have to have one. And the fact that it's POW 18 range 2, Pretty good. You can also give it a hunting spear, which costs 7. That gives you a thrown spear, which is range 10, rate of fire 1, POW 15 magic weapon with critical smite. So on a critical hit, the model can be slammed d6 inches directly away. Really good. And then forced reload, so you can spin a point of fury to take a second shot. POW 15 on a range 10. That's pretty good. In 2 shots with crit smite. That's a really good spear, actually. You know, boost to hits, smite some things away. And POW 15 collateral damage rolls. That's a really good spear. I like that a lot. And then the melee version is just a range 2 POW 15 hunting spear. Let's see what the left arm can take. An enchanted claw for 4 points. It is a range 1 POW 16 blessed magical weapon with the fist quality. Not bad. It's cheap and it'd be POW 16 and blessed, 4 points. You can also take a shield for 5 points, and it grants you Curse Shapeshifter. This model can use Curse once per activation at any time. Choose an enemy model or unit within 10 inches. Friendly Shapeshifter models gain +2 to attack rolls against the chosen model or unit. So obviously we haven't seen everything coming from Old Umbrey yet. They've teased the Shapeshifters. We just haven't seen them yet. So who knows how good that will be. But again, like I said before, I like anything that fixes to hit rolls, and that fixes to hit rolls, so I like it. It also has a +2 magical shield that's POW 12, which puts this guy at his natural armor 20. I like that a lot. Let's see what one more option. A runed skull for 4 points grants Channeler, so your leader can cast spells through it and invoke the beast once per turn at any time during its activation. This model can cause a friendly marked model within 8 inches to be replaced with a shapeshifter model that has not yet been put into play. Again, we haven't seen all the shapeshifting units yet, so it's hard to rate that ability. And then that's a range 8 POW 12 magic shot with beatback. I think my left arm, I definitely go shield. You know, it's gonna be dependent on the shapeshifter models, but giving anything +2 to attack is great, and it doesn't require any sort of roll or anything. You just do it, and then also putting you at a natural armor 20. I think that's what I would do, definitely. Then we would just have to determine if we want on our right arm like a POW 18 melee weapon, or if we want the ranged option with a pretty good spear. Not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. Or if we want the free spell cost. I think I would go one or two of these. I mean, you could take 4 primevals, right? So there's no reason why you can't mix and match. But that thrown spear is really good. Being able to slam 2 models 10 inches away is really good. Just for the movement shenanigans alone, I think I would go hunting spear 9 times out of 10. Well, maybe 3 times out of 5. And then bring some with bone sword for the, you know, the melee beater that you're probably going to need. And then for the head, again, probably undergrowth, you know. And there's nothing saying that undergrowth won't stack with curse. So curse is a 10-inch range, and undergrowth only works in 5-inch range. But there's nothing saying it won't stack. So you could effectively be giving whatever shapeshifter models a +4 to hit, which seems really good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Earth's Blessing is really good. I think maybe Earth's Blessing, I don't know. Maybe Earth's Blessing on the melee one. Of course, with only a 5-inch range, you don't really want your spear throwing guy that close if you can help it, I suppose. but he is still PAL 15. I don't know. I'd have to think a lot about that. I think I like Earth's Blessing a lot, but you just get, for one more point, you're just getting a lot more. Well, I don't know. That's a decision you guys will have to make, I guess. But yeah, that's the Primeval. That's the battle group for Khador. I don't know how many more of the Old Umbrey models I'll be doing videos on. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what all comes out for them. But it's an exciting time for Khador for sure.